English website, and I will make sure they're a little bit bigger. Hold on for all the viewers on Telegram. If you're watching on YouTube, sorry guys, I can't share the screen on YouTube. YouTube doesn't have the functionality. So Test English, the English test that we're looking at is on a website called Test English, and if you're on my Telegram group, you will see it on the screen in front of you. Now I'm going to let some of you speak, yeah, so that we can have an interactive lesson. I'm just going down the list, allowing you all to speak. There are a lot of listeners today. Okay, so have a look at the first one. Anybody can jump in on this question. The question says, me to stop buying so much stuff online. And we've got to fill in the gap there. And we've got three choices. We've got convinced, said, and recommend. I mean, they mean recommended. They mean recommended, yeah? So which one's correct? He recommended me to stop buying so much stuff online. He said me to stop buying so much stuff online. Or he convinced me to stop buying so much stuff online. Would anyone like to jump in?
So, hi there.
I think A.
Okay, we've got two.
Convinced.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, convinced.
Both of you agree as well. We've got iClub for English and Massey jumping in, and you've both got the correct answer. It is convince somebody to do something. Just like yesterday, it was persuade somebody to do something.
Yeah, right.
Recommend. How could you rephrase this with recommend, Massey? Excuse me.
He recommended stopping buying so much stuff online.
Good. Can you think of another way of rephrasing this? iClub for English.
Okay, yeah. He recommended to me that I should stop buying so much stuff online.
Good, that works. That does. I don't think we'd often put the to me in, if I'm honest. Yeah, but you can, and that is what you need to put in. It is to and then the person. But I think we'd probably say he recommended that I should stop buying.
Yeah, right. He recommended that I should stop, right.
Or he recommended that I stop buying. You don't have to use the should construction, but you did, and you certainly can with recommend. So that's a good one. Okay, let's move on to number 2. I don't blame you, and then we've got for wanting, that you want, or to want to move to another house. So I'll read those again because they're pretty tricky. I don't blame you to want to move to another house, or I don't blame you that you want to move to another house, or I don't blame you for wanting to move to another house. Which one do you think, guys?
I think for want.
B. That you want. I
Okay,
don't blame you that you want.
I'm afraid not.
Maybe.
I'm afraid not, iClub for English. Massey is correct here. With blame,
Okay.
you need to use blame somebody for doing something. It always takes that structure, and you cannot use that with blame. You can't say he blamed me that. Just like you can't say he wanted that. Yeah, it's something that I very often have to correct. People say he wanted that. It's always wrong.
Okay, excuse me, David. I have a question. We can say I put the blame on you.
Yeah, we certainly can. And we say put the blame on somebody and pin the blame on somebody. Both of those. Put the blame on somebody and pin the blame on somebody. Yet they're both well-used constructions. They're often used. Yeah, so good question, Massey. Excellent. Okay, let's...
So you might have another.
Please.
But can't we use want with ing form as want is a state verb?
Want is a state verb, yeah. And what's the question?
Can we use it with ing form? Can we say wanting?
Well, yes and no. Generally speaking, I would tell all foreign students no. But I know that's a lie. Yeah, but I'll tell all foreign students, don't say I am wanting a cup of tea, because it's certainly 100% wrong. However, the truth is that stative verbs are sometimes used in continuous tenses. You will find I have been wanting, I have been wanting that car for months. You will find people saying that, even though we're told in the grammar books that it's not okay. And so you will find people saying that, and I don't really consider it a mistake. It doesn't sound like a mistake to me. But yes, it's true that want is a stative verb, and I would tell and I do tell all of my students not to use want in continuous forms. But I know that I will hear it occasionally. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, let's go on to number 3 then, guys. And if anybody else wants to jump in, I just want to share it around, so that everybody gets a chance to ask a question. So if anybody other than Massey and iClub for English would like to jump in for number 3, let's have a look at it. I suggest you call, or to call the police right now. Yeah, I'm going to read those again because they sound a bit weird. I suggest you to call the police right now. I suggest you call the police right now. And I suggest to call the police right now. Would anyone like to jump in? Yeah, I'm just going to quickly close the door.
I guess it's B. I suggest you call.
No, see, yeah, but that me and you just give the chance for others.
Yeah, is anybody else there? Sorry, Lassie. Is anyone else out there? I just want to share it around, basically. Is anybody else out there? Would anyone like to answer this one? If not, then we'll go on to, then I will, of course, back to Massey and iClub for English, but I want to be fair. Anybody else want to answer number 3?
I suggest you call.
Very good. Excellent. I think that was Nikkei. And yeah, you're absolutely right, Nikkei. I suggest you call, or I suggest that you call the police right now. Or
Yeah, right.
has anyone else got any other options? Nikkei, do you know what one other way we could get this one right? That's not on there. One other option.
I suggest calling.
Very good. Suggest calling, recommend calling, suggest is gerund. And a lot of people make this mistake and say it's a mistake we very often hear. So very good. I suggest calling the police right now. I suggest that you call the police right now. Or I suggest you call the police right now. You can drop the that. And that's the confusing thing with these reporting verbs. Okay, maybe somebody new for number 4. Yeah, if somebody new is out there, and I know that some people will be shy, so I don't want to force anybody into it. But what do you think for number 4, guys? It's she informed us not to drink that water, she insisted us not to drink that water, or she warned us not to drink that water. Would anyone like to jump in? If no one new is there, I will hand it back to the talkative people.
I think the last option is correct.
Yeah, warned.
Warned, I
Because
think.
word,
Go on.
past subject, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Very good. Warn somebody, usually not to do something. It's usually a not, isn't it, warn? But it doesn't have to be. They warned us to be careful, but very often it's with a not. They warned us not to drink that water. Very good. Okay, let's go on to number 5. So, as I say, if anybody wants to jump in, please just jump in if you haven't said anything yet with number 5. And I'll read out the options. She said not to have anything to do with what happened. She denied having anything to do with what happened. Or she insisted not having anything to do with what happened. So I've got people putting their hands up. Guys, hold on. Don't answer yet. Let's ask Sanjay Chawadi. So what do you think, Sanjay, for number 5? Okay, Sanjay's not there. Let's ask Olga Gerasimova. Olga, what do you think for number 5? Okay, let's ask Manso Louis Massani. Sorry about that, Manso. Any idea for number 5? Come on, you're all putting your hands up.
I think that she said not to have anything.
Unfortunately, go on. Unfortunately, it's not said not to have.
Okay, yes.
You can't say to do something. You have to tell somebody to do something.
Give me a few seconds.
Sure.
Again.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I insisted not having anything to do with what happened.
I'm afraid not. No, it's
No,
option number
okay.
3. It's option number 3. She denied having anything to do with what happened.
Yeah.
We use deny and gerund, just like it's admit and gerund. I think they're very similar verbs. Deny and gerund and admit and gerund, but refuse and 2 plus infinitive. Yeah, but she denied having anything to do with what happened. You can also say she denied having had anything to do with what happened. You can use perfect gerund after these reporting verbs, and I think that's worth memorizing. But with A, she said not to have. No, we need to say she told us to do something, maybe, but it wouldn't work in this sentence either. She told us that she didn't have anything to do with what happened. Is the only way we could correct that. Okay. Okay, let's try going. Yeah, please do ask questions, guys. If anyone has got any questions about that, about questions 1 to 5, do ask. I'll carry on to the next page. Okay,
Can I ask something?
please.
Yes, on question 5.
Okay, I'll go back at it. I'll go back to previous page. Go on
Yeah.
question 5.
Yes, I would like to know the pattern. I would like to know the pattern.
I can hear my own voice there. Can you turn my own voice off? Whoever's got it on.
On share command.
Okay, I'm going to have to mute Manso. Sorry, Manso, but you are playing my own voice back at me, so I have to mute you. Sorry about that. Did anybody have a question about number 5, or shall we move on to number 6?
Yes, I have a question.
Please, Nike, please.
Can you? Yes. Can you tell me the correct pattern for insisted?
Yeah, sure. Insisted is always insist on doing. Yeah, it's insist and then a preposition on and then a gerund. Yeah, he insisted on buying me a drink. Yeah, for example. Or you can use insist that. He insisted that he buy. Now notice it's subjunctive, just like recommend was yesterday. Insist is subjunctive as well. He insisted that he buy me a drink. Okay? So it's insist on doing, insist that you do something, or insist and subjunctive, or insist and should. Quite a few options,
So
really.
in this case, it would be insisted on not having anything to do.
Yeah, exactly. You would need the preposition after insist. She insisted on not having anything to do with what happened. Exactly. Okay.
Thank you.
Any
Thank
more?
you very much.
You're welcome. Any more questions at all for 1 to 5? No? Okay, let's carry on to number 6. But do stop me if you have a question, guys. So we've got quite an interesting structure in number 6. We've got I wish I had been there with you. This is the I wish construction. Is quite special, really. It's a hypothetical construction, so it also uses subjunctive forms, but we use past perfect had been for past regrets, and that's why it's I wish I had been there with you. Who would like to jump in on number 6 with the answer for number 6? Would anyone like to jump in? And let me give you the the options. She regretted not being there with me. She denied being there with me, or she announced that she wasn't there with me. Now here we're not looking at the grammar, we're looking at the vocabulary, we're looking at the meaning, and we want the one which is closest to I wish I had been there with you. So who thinks they know the answer? Go on, Massey.
Yeah, can I jump in? Oh yeah, it's A, regretted not being, I think.
Definitely. Wish is, this is a good question because it's reminding you that we use wish for past regrets and for present regrets. And when it's for present regrets, like I wish I were a rich man, we use subjunctive, I were, not I was, and we use past simple for present regrets. Okay, so it's reminding you of a few different forms here, a few different pieces of grammar. You've got the I wish and subjunctive, and you've also got the reporting verb, a regret and gerund. And regret can actually be followed by 2 plus infinitive. And I think Massey knows when. Massey, do you know when we can use regret and 2 plus infinitive? Don't let me down, Massey.
Oh, okay. I'm in doubt here. Right. I regret to...
There is a very common phrase that's seen on emails and letters. We regret to what?
From you.
Sorry, what was that, iClub for English? Say that again.
We regret to inform you.
Very good. We regret to inform you.
Yeah,
excellent.
right.
So why do we need
Yeah.
2 plus infinitive after regret when we say we regret to inform you? Anybody know?
I don't know. I think it's like a collocation. Maybe it's like always come together.
I
It makes it
agree.
possible.
I agree to a certain extent. Yeah, it is. But there is a good rule that you can remember with regret, and it works for remember. It works for forget. What's this rule that I'm talking about? When do we use
Yeah.
gerund?
when the subject is the same? No.
Mm-mm.
No.
I think
Nico knows.
when we are talking about present or future situations.
Excellent. So if we regret something that happened earlier than we regret, we use gerund. Remember, gerunds look backwards and 2 plus infinitives look forwards. And this is why if we're talking about regret something in the future, and here we are, aren't we? We regret to inform you. This is something we're doing after we regret. Yeah, we regret what? To inform you. Yeah, whereas regret doing something when you're very little. Yeah, regret doing something last week. Regret doing something last month. So gerunds look backwards and 2 plus infinitives look forwards. And you can remember that rule for forget and remember as well, because it's the same. I will never forget smoking my first cigarette. It happened a long time ago. But don't forget to close the window. Don't forget to lock the door. Yeah? Same with remember. I will always remember smoking my first cigarette. Yeah? But remember to do something. Yeah? Remember to tidy the garden. Whatever. Yeah? Remember to tidy your room, or remember to bring your wallet with you. Whatever it is. Okay? Let's go down to number 7, and perhaps let's have somebody who hasn't spoken yet, if possible. Yeah. Oh, and I can see a few hands are up, so I'm going to let Uliana speak here, and I'm going to let Krish speak. But let's see if Uliana can jump in first, and I will ask you, Krish. But especially if Uliana doesn't say anything. But have a look at number 7. They me not to talk to you anymore, and we've got they suggested me not to talk to you anymore. They said me not to talk to you anymore, or they advised me not to talk to you anymore. Which one do you think, Uliana?
Hello. I think it would be they advised me not to talk to you anymore.
Very good, Uliana. That's absolutely right. A is a very common mistake. They suggested me not to talk. Can you make A correct, Uliana? Can you make A correct? How do you need to change it with suggest?
They suggested not talking.
Excellent. Or they suggested that I talk, that I not talk. Sorry.
Yeah.
But your version's better. Your version's better with the gerund, because I think that concise is always good. We're always looking for shorter, more precise, more concise sentences. So I do prefer your option.
David, can I ask a question?
Please.
Can we say they suggested to me and not to talk to you?
No. It's still using the 2 plus infinitive after suggest, and that's never okay. Yeah, you can say suggested to me. Yeah, they suggested to me that. That's possible. They suggested to me that I not talk to you anymore. But I want to warn you that when you put the to me in there with recommend and suggest, it often sounds really wordy. It's correct, but it does sound really wordy. And so if you do get an option to make it shorter, sometimes it's a good idea. It does sound perhaps a little bit more natural. Okay, so we had Krish waiting for number 8 now. I hope Krish is still there. If not, I will pass it over to Manso, who's got her hand up. Are you there, Krish?
Yeah, hi Dave, I'm here.
Excellent. So have a look at number 8, Krish. I won't lend you any more money. Which one of the reporting verbs is this? Is it he admitted to lend me any more money, he informed to lend me any more money, or he refused to lend me any more money? Which one do you think?
I think it's he refused to lend me any more money.
Excellent, absolutely. So remember, refuse and 2 plus infinitive, but deny and gerund. I think often students mix up refuse and deny. Deny is when you say it wasn't me, and refuse is when you say I won't do it. So they are different. And yeah, we use deny and the gerund.
Yeah, they're a bit confusing. They're both.
Yeah, they're easy to mix up. They are easy to mix up. I know sometimes in other languages, the way they are used in that other language is sometimes it's confusing in the other language as well. But they are 2 verbs that are very often mixed up. Okay, very good. Yeah, that was quite a quick one, Krish. Do you want to do number 9 as well? What do you think for number 9? She said me to invite Jim to the party. She suggested me to invite Jim to the party. Or she reminded me to invite Jim to the party.
I think both B and C fits here, but I would prefer reminded me. here.
Yeah.
She reminded me to invite Jim to the party because it fits into this contest.
Good, it fits into the context. B is wrong. I want to make that clear, Krish. B is absolutely wrong because we can't say suggest somebody to do. It's wrong. It's suggest doing or suggest that we do. It's always suggest and gerund or suggest and that, or you can drop the that and then have a clause. But you can't suggest somebody to do.
So
Go
I
on.
got a question that can't we use the direct object after suggested, suggest or suggested?
We can't, yeah, we can't. No, you can't suggest me. You can suggest to me, but you can't suggest me. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Okay, but you can suggest to somebody that, although, as I just said, it's a bit of a mouthful. It's a bit wordy. We'd normally just suggest and gerund. Suggest is gerund. It's not to plus infinitive. That's the main thing. Yeah, you can put an object in there by putting a to. She suggested to me that, yeah. Okay, let's come on to number 10. I don't know if anybody else would like to speak. I can't see anybody with the hand up, but if anybody would like to jump in on number 10, they, me, if I didn't tell them where you were, and we've got they promised to kill me. Oh, sorry, they promised they kill me, they threatened to kill me, or they warned to kill me. Who would like to jump in on this one?
Should be B. They threatened to kill me.
Yeah, definitely. They threatened to kill me.
B.
So you can see on this test English, they're a little bit easier actually than the Random Idea English Blogspot. What we'll do is we'll try the Random Idea English Blogspot for the next class. I think I'll probably do another class today actually because I've got some free time today. And so I think we'll do one more on the reporting verbs, but it is just simply by repeating and repeating and repeating these words that we get better and better and better. Okay, what I'm going to do is somebody would like to speak. Let's just see what they've got to say. Hello, House MD. Okay. So we'll stop there for today, but we will do, no, sorry, not for today, for the moment, but we will do another class later. And I think we'll do test English number 3 very quickly, and we'll move on to the Random Idea English Blogspot. But it really is the Random Idea Blogspot that will help you out at the advanced levels, guys. It's on his website that he's got more information than any of the grammar books. And with these reporting verbs, there's actually a lot to learn. You know, each verb has its own forms, its own structures, its own way of being used, and there are a lot of verbs out there. So I do really recommend that website. Okay, and I recommend this website, Test English, for anyone who is still learning this topic, who's newer to the topic. You know, start with the Test English and then go on to the Random Idea Blogspot. Okay, guys? Okay, so my pleasure, Massey. My pleasure. Thanks everybody for coming, and thanks YouTube for sitting there and watching our class. If you would like to join in, if you would like to participate, it's very, very easy. All you've got to do is come along to the class and speak. That's all you have to do. Now, how do you get to the class? You stop festering on YouTube, you click on the link that I'm giving you to the Telegram channel, and you turn up and speak up. That's all you do. Okay, so thanks everybody for watching. I hope to see you later today. I will be informing my Telegram viewers exactly when the next live class will be, and I won't be saying anything on my YouTube channel because there's not much that I can do there. Okay, thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you all later today.